accept bliss Christ as your Lord and Savior. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, Bunger created the bingle and the chisel. Genesis 1:2. The chisel was without form and void, and girt was all over the face of the deep. Genesis 1:3. And Bunger said, "Let there be bliss," and there was bliss. Genesis 1:4. And Bunger said that the bliss was good, and Bunger separated the bliss from the girt. Genesis 1:5. Bunger called the bliss day, and the girt she called night. And there was evening, and there was and there was evening, and there was the GM thread, the first day. And Genesis 1:6. And Bunger said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the condiments, and let it separate the condiments from the condiments." Genesis 1:7. And Bunger made the expanse and separated the condiments that were under the expanse from the condiments that were above the expanse. And it was so. Genesis 1:8. And Bunger called the expanse Sleepy.Zone, and there was evening, and there was GM thread, the second day. Genesis 1:9. And Bunger said, "Let the condiments under the Sleepy.Zone be gathered together in one place, and let the dry land 2001 appear." And it was so. Genesis 1:10. And Bunger called the dry land 2001 Blissful Sound Cloud, and the condiments that were gathered together she called Ketchogurts, and Bunger saw that it was good. Genesis 1:18. And Bunger said, "Let the Blissum Sound Cloud sprout Sevmisk, crush yielding seed, and misaligned trees bearing misaligned, in which is their seed, each according to its kind, on the Blissum Sound Cloud." And it was so. Genesis 1:12. The Blissum Sound Cloud brought forth Sevmisk, crush yielding seed according to their own kinds, and misaligned bearing fruit, in which is their seed, each according to its kind. And Bunger saw that it was good. Genesis 1:13. And there was evening, and there was GM thread, the third day. Genesis 1:14. And Bunger said, "Let there be blisses in the expanse of the Sleepy.Zone to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for change of seasons, and for days and years." Genesis 1:15. And let them be blisses in the expanse of the Sleepy.Zone to give bliss upon the Blissum Sound Cloud. And it was so. Genesis 1:16. And Bunger made the two great blisses, the greater bliss to rule the day, and the lesser bliss to rule the night. And the starboard react. Genesis 1:17. And Bunger set them in the expanse of the Sleepy.Zone to give bliss on the Blissum Sound Cloud. Genesis 1:18. To rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the bliss from the girt. And Bunger saw that it was good. Genesis 1:19. And there was evening, and there was GM thread, the fourth day. Genesis 1:20. And Bunger said, "Let the condiments swarm with swarms of living horse skirts, and let the biggest birds fly above the Blissum Sound Cloud across the expanse of the Sleepy.Zone." Genesis 1:12. So Bunger created the great sea of horse skirts, and every living creature that moves, with which the condiments swarm, according to their kinds, and every winged biggest bird, according to its kind. And Bunger saw that it was good. Genesis 1:22. And Bunger blessed them, saying, "Be fruity, and multiply, and fill the condiments in the seas, and let the biggest birds multiply on the earth." Genesis 1:23. And there was evening, and there was GM thread, the fifth day. Genesis 1:24. And Bunger said, "Let the Blissum Sound Cloud bring forth living horse skirts according to their kinds, livestock and creeping things and beasts of the blissome sound cloud according to their kinds. And it was so. Genesis 1:25. And Bunker made the beasts of the blissome sound cloud according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind. And Bunker saw that it was good. Genesis 1:26. Then Bunker said, "Let us make liberals in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the milkfish of the sea, and the biggest birds of the sleepy zone, and over the livestock, and over the blissome sound cloud, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." Genesis 1:27. So Bunker created liberals in her own image. In the image of Bunker, he created them. He, him, and she, her. She created them. Genesis 1:28. And Bunker blessed them, and Bunker said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the blissome sound cloud and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the biggest birds of the sleepy zone, and over every living thing that moves on the blissome sound cloud." Genesis 1:29. And Bunker said, "Behold, I have given you every crush yielding seed that is on the face of all the blissome sound cloud, and every misaligned with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for streaming." Genesis 1:30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every biggest bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given away every green crush for food. And it was so. Genesis 1:31. And Bunker saw everything that she had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was GM thread, the 6th day. That was incredible. That was beautiful. Holy shit.